What would I tell a younger Adam?
Well, I went through to grade 10, but my education stops at grade 7. ADHD, hyperactivity, and all the rest of it. And getting beaten up by a drunk every afternoon when you get home from school. You know?
But yeah, my teenage years were pretty full on, man, just moving around school to school, home to home. Didn't really have anybody to tell me right from wrong, so I just did whatever I really wanted till I was about 18, 19. Then, yeah, probably about the age of 15, 16, started experimenting with some drugs and alcohol. And...
Your parents never taught me anything growing up. I had to do everything myself.
On my own at 16. Drifted from job to job.
Just lost, man. Just had no support. Didn't back myself. Didn't think I had anybody around me that would support me, or just lost.
Shit was always happening. I don't want to talk about it.
So school was just basically something to break the boredom when I'm not working.
Bang, no bail, bang, I'm in jail.
And you still got foremen, managers, bosses, you know, that still think in the old way. Like, they'll get by, it's just part of life. Well, that's why there's so many suicides.
There's this generation that's misunderstood. They're called lazy, and I feel like they've been failed by the education system. I started learning more and more about the construction industry and suicide and deaths in the industry, and we have one every 2 days commit suicide. We found the whole space in a bit of disrepair, I would say, or a little bit of mismanagement.
Some days I'd wake up and think, I don't even want to go to work today, but you'd still have to knuckle up and get to it, you know?
Lots of overgrowth with weed species and grasses and that type of thing that was shadowing and taking over the small trees that have been planted for the rehabilitation of the area.
When it was here, we first started, like, I mean, that batter there for starters where the trees are, the little saplings, that was about 5 foot tall grass.
We found ourselves having to part through this long grass.
The grass was taller than me, probably 6 foot high.
This re-veg area here, you know, it used to be, you know, as tall as me. You know, I used to get down there and whippersnip it by hand.
You had to pull the grass apart to try to find these little trees.
You know, we're working in 34, 35 degree heat in summer.
And it hasn't been easy. We've had a lot of tough days out here.
Compared to when I first was working here, it's you wouldn't even recognise it, honestly. Like, it's nuts.
3 months after me working here, we started to put a big dent in the place and start get rid of all the big grass.
It's really good to, you know, see the growth, the progress and the work that we've done.
And you can actually see through the trees, see more life.
When I first started here, there was grass and we couldn't really have a clear path on the perspective of everything.
You learn the value of, you know, physical exercise and being in nature, getting dirty, getting your hands dirty. And, you know, it's hard work, but you feel really good afterwards. You can breathe out here, it's all nice and green. You get plenty of sunlight. Despite how much you might be sweating it out, you know, afterwards you feel damn good.
Kicking your goals and, you know, looking at the world, like, properly and just knowing that you are good and that you can do things and that anything can be possible and you can, you know, you just got to really just go for it. This job, working with Dave, he allows that, you know.
It's a nurturing environment and we're in a, you know, beautiful space here, but just facilitates that, you know, personal growth. And, you know, IM 101, you know, goes hand in hand with that.
I love coming to work now. I like learning this kind of stuff because I've learned a lot. And I feel that I could teach other people what I've learned. Yeah, I've learned everything in probably 2 years.
Now it's beautiful. We'll come down here and it's nice and peaceful and there's nice scenery. Animals are starting to come out as well, so yeah, it's all happening.
That's the best part about it. You can actually see what they're doing. See the life that's actually here, now that the grasses and everything's been transformed back to where it is now, like someone actually cares about it.
I love it. Like sometimes my daughter will ring, Dad, when are you coming home? Oh, I just got to do a bit more.
As a reflection to my life, because at first you can't always see where you want to go in life. You have to have small goals and boundaries that you have to push through and stuff like that. But from what it's come to now, it's helped me work on little things in life, such as just being patient and just being persistent and pushing on.
It's hard to say, hard to explain.
There's some type of network, there's some type of connectivity, and there's a collectiveness that happens amongst humans where if we get it right and we support each other, there's some real gold and magic that happens.
Yeah, you start buying yourself some nice things at home, a bedside table, some nice blankets and stuff.
In 5 years, I'll be in my own house, in a nice area like up at top of Queensland or in the bush somewhere.
Yeah, put in some effort and the world isn't such a bad place. Good things happen to good people, I guess.
What we came to realise when we finished the project was it was much more than that. It was a feeling that the space gave you. It wasn't about just ticking some boxes and ticking the outcome that a certain amount of trees were planted for the development to be approved, but it was about the environment that we have now created with these small trees growing into maturity and now becoming self-sustainable.